At one time, we've all found ourselves saying, I feel under the weather, but our next guest says we could all stand to treat our moods more like the weather. Dr. Steve Taubman is a popular speaker, magician, and author of Unhypnosis, How to Wake Up and Start Over and Create the Life You're Meant to Live. And Dr. Steve joins us now to talk about this book and his unique approach to living your life to the fullest. Welcome, Steve.
Well, thanks for having me, Erica. What a pleasure.
Oh, such a pleasure, and not an accident. We met outside one day, and we happened to start a conversation, and then I found out about your intriguing career.
And that's right. It was such an honor to be asked to be here, and it was really fun meeting you.
Thank you. Now, let's talk about your book and the trick to being happy all the time. Is there a trick?
Well, absolutely. You know, and it's all about trickery. But the truth is that we all think that we have to have certain circumstances in order to be happy. We've got to have the right job, the right house, the right relationship. And what we need to learn is that happiness is an inside game. Very much like weather, right? I mean, you can't always predict the weather, and you know, it's not a question of whether the weather is the way you want it to be. It's where do you stand relative to the weather. You know, it's like being in the eye of the hurricane.
Okay.
You know, it could be all kinds of swirling things happening all around you, but if you're in that calm, peaceful place, then things work out a lot better for you.
So are you saying it's all a matter of perspective?
Perspective is a lot of what it requires. So I actually teach my clients about a 5-step process to help them to be happy and also successful, because to me the idea of real success is that happiness has to be part of it. You can't just be striving to achieve something. You have to be happy, and that has to be how what your success grows out of.
Now, when you say happy, I know you have a method to achieving happiness. Is happiness a permanent state? Is it something that you work towards on a daily basis? It sounds like a bit of a job if you think about it, like every day.
Well, in a way it is, because you know there's a difference between having shifts of your mood and being able to be happy. You know, when you go to the movies and you're watching a really scary movie, but it's not like your life is bad, or you're watching a sad movie. It's not like you're unhappy. In fact, you select to go to the movie. You pay money to go to the movie. So you could also be sad in your life. You could have circumstances going on that might make you sad. But at the same time, there's an overriding sense of happiness. So you're not under the weather, you're kind of over the weather.
Over the weather. Now, let's talk about your magic steps for creating the life that you want your way.
Well, sure. Let's use the acronym MAGIC. Okay. So with the first letter M, the M stands for mind control or mindset. And we do a lot of work to help people understand the mindset of success, that idea of what we call detachment, being able to witness yourself rather than being caught in your own drama. And that helps us to be more effective. We teach a whole technique for how to dissolve negative emotions very quickly. So if you feel sad, there's a way of stepping away from it and actually literally making that feeling vanish away and disappear.
And your next
Not a bad thing.
A, is it?
A stands for action. You know, a lot of us just wait for things to happen in our lives, but it takes action to make your life work.
And G?
G is generosity. You know, we need to be more generous. We need to give, and it also helps us acknowledge that we live in a flow. Things are coming to us, and we need to give away.
I like that idea.
Yeah, is that beautiful?
You do have to give a lot of yourself in order to be in a space where you can receive.
That's right, and giving has all sorts of ways. You could give so much, and when you don't feel good about yourself, if you give, you begin to realize you've got a lot more than you think.
I like that. And your last 2 points are?
Well, I stands for integrity, you know, which basically means even when things aren't going the way you want to, still live with integrity, still honor your word.
Okay.
Yeah, and finally C, which stands for communication. And communication is all about being able to speak with respect and also listen attentively, to be present. And we like to teach people how to be very present so that other people could really come out and show up with them.
I like that. You are talking my kind of language,
Wonderful.
Dr. Steve. So let's talk about your magic trick.
Oh, okay, let's do a little magic. Well, to me, the idea of perspective is that when you begin to realize how our lives are all magical, then you look for experiences that make you feel joyful and happy. And you know, that's what I like to do with people. So you want to see a magic trick?
I do.
Let's do it. Okay. You know, a lot of people think that magic is all sleight of hand, like the hand is quicker than the eye. But most magic is what's called misdirection, right? So if I were to take a scarf and put it in my left hand, just like that, if I were to then wave my other hand around, like so, you'd look at the other hand and you would never see the scarf disappear.
Right. Okay. I was very close.
Now it's still there. It's just the illusion of invisibility. Because if you want to see it again, you just warm it up like this and you can pull it right back out again to its original size.
Wow. Okay. For more information, log on to WTNH.com. I love Dr. Steve. He needs to come back here. A live look outside over Middletown. Thank you.
Thanks for having me here. It was a pleasure.